your qualitative analysis is biased, your entire research is at risk. In this video, I'll show you how to do blind coding with NVivo, so your findings will be more objective and reliable. If you're new here, my name is Bernard Mugo. I like to refer to myself simply as an academic. In the past 4 years, I've helped nearly 600 PhD students analyze qualitative data and finally complete their thesis or dissertations. In the course of helping such a large number of students, I've gained invaluable experience on the best practices that you can use to perform qualitative analysis of your interviews and be able to retrieve quality findings. So let's get straight into blind coding. What does blind coding mean? Blind coding simply means you code your data without knowing who said it or who provided the data. So instead of seeing something like interview 1, female manager, 45 years old, you only see participant A. And this matters a lot because the moment you know who said something, your brain starts making assumptions. And that's exactly how bias will creep into your analysis. Now, why is blind coding so important? There are 3 main reasons why blind coding is important. First, it reduces bias. That means that you are not influenced by gender, role, or background. Second, it improves reliability. That means that your coding becomes more consistent across all your participants. The third reason why blind coding is important is because it strengthens your findings. If you want your findings after qualitative analysis to stand out, blind coding is therefore not optional. Now, let's get to the practical side of it. Here is exactly how to do blind coding with NVivo. Step 1, remove identifiers from your data. Before you open NVivo, replace all the names of your participants with labels like participant A, B, and C, and remove anything that can reveal the identity of your participants, such as their job titles, their gender, or other personal details. The goal is simple. You shouldn't know who said what. Step 2, import your clean data into NVivo. Here we go and open NVivo, import your transcripts, and then treat each one as a source. That means you are ready to do blind coding. Step number 3, you have to code without context bias. That means as you read through your data, focus only on meaning. You have to actively ignore assumptions and code based on what is being said and not who is saying it. For example, instead of coding data related to managers and thinking that sounds like a manager, you have to code what the manager is saying. For example, they might be talking about leadership challenges. The fourth step you need to follow when doing blind coding is using a consistent coding framework. You have to create clear definitions for your codes and stick to them. Let's say you coded one issue this way in this participant. You need to code the same issue the same or in a similar way in a different participant. Don't change meanings halfway all across your participants. This is important because consistency is what gives your research credibility. Step 5, review your coding for consistency. After you've done initial coding of your transcripts, whether you are using like the Brown and Clark 6-step framework of doing thematic analysis, after completing the second step, which is the initial code, go back through your coded data and check to determine that similar responses are coded the same way. This step alone can massively improve the accuracy and reliability of your codes. Now, here are a few pro tips if you want to take blind coding further. You can combine blind coding with intercoder reliability. What is intercoder reliability? Intercoder reliability involves you coding your data, then finding another independent person to code your data. They can be people you are in the same cohort in your school or a workmate who is knowledgeable in your area. Both of you will go and code the data separately. Then you come back and review each other's codes and agree on one way of coding the data. Once you get to an agreement, you have intercoder agreements, which brings intercoder reliability. Another thing that you can do is to use Memos to track your coding. This is important, especially when you are doing approaches such as the reflexive thematic analysis by Brown and Clark. Use Memos to track your coding decisions. In the memos, you provide short notes on why you came up with a certain code, which you can refer to before you resume coding in a different day. Another thing that you can do is to only reveal participant details after your coding is complete. So after you complete coding, you can go back to your demographics tables, and now that's when you can really integrate your participant details into your study. That's how you keep your analysis clean and defensible. It's through blind coding. Here is the main thing. Blind coding is not just a technique. It's what separates weak research from publishable research. When you apply this in NVivo, your findings become more objective, more reliable, and much stronger academically. Let me interrupt this video for a minute and pose this question to you. Are you overwhelmed by qualitative data analysis? I've got you covered with 2 specialized services tailored just for you. But before I tell you of my services, let me start by informing you that I have an average 5-star rating from previous clients that I've worked with both in the done for you and the consulting service. Now, here are the 2 services I provide to help you in analyzing your qualitative data. Number 1, the done for you qualitative data analysis service. In this service, I handle the heavy lifting so you can focus on the bigger picture. My service includes meticulous manual coding, where I code every word carefully for meaningful insights, theme development, where I identify patterns that matter the most, data visualization, where I produce stunning visuals that tell your data story, writing the findings report, where I produce content that's ready to use for the 4th chapter of your thesis or dissertation, which is the findings section. And I also provide a walkthrough video recording, which is a step-by-step explanation of how I analyzed your data using NVivo. The second service that I offer is the one-on-one NVivo consulting. In this service, we hop on a video call via Microsoft Teams or Zoom, and in just a few hours, I'll help you become a pro with NVivo. So whether you are a beginner or looking to refine your qualitative data analysis skills, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. So don't wait, contact me today. My details in the description and in the pinned comment. Now, if you'd like to learn more about coding using NVivo, click here and watch the next video and see the step-by-step approach to qualitative coding.